A foreword. Some of you may have heard recent stirrings about me. I've never hid the fact I'm a scoundrel, and I wear it like a badge of honor. That said, I'm a scoundrel that cares very deeply about the Brawny analysis and review community. If you would permit me a moment to derail my own show, this is BriLizy. Forgive me if I got that wrong. She did this amazing cover. Regretfully, Sophisto from EQD said that this piece does not fit the requirements of Equestria Daily. And while I respect everything he needs to do to keep that house in order, it's only fair as I've started Analysis Daily to pick up some of the overlooked talent. And even though she's a musician, it would be a crime to ignore her contribution to the fandom. And I won't ask you to hit like, but if you could spare 2 minutes, you'll figure it out all on your own. Here's a small clip.
That they lack any meaning. Why should I join in when I could be intervening? Every pony loves this cursed holiday, but would they be better off with it out of the way?
And terribly sorry, but this is a super important matter in the Brony fandom. The Brony fandom's very own Magpiepony has run into a bit of a YouTube hiccup in the form of a copyright strike. Regretfully on her end, I fear all she can do is sit back and wait 10 business days after someone has tried to exploit the system. I would also encourage you to leave your love and support here, as I personally know that waiting out an appeals process can be rather soul-wrenching. Sorry for being so serious, I almost forgot this is the time for celebration of our peers. Number 10. What is there to say about Spirited Productions? Smooth editing, crisp sound, a unique OC. Spirit Productions gives a firm but fair look at MLP as an analyst and or reviewer, clearly a critic who hasn't forgotten what it is to be a fan. Not just that, but she seems to have a rather ambitious animatic. And not just that, but stating this.
Years. Since Season 1, Spike has played a surprisingly important role in Twilight's life. Most likely the reason why Twilight never turned bad like Sunset Shimmer or Starlight Glimmer.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a Brony to put Spike over as the spoon that stirs the cocoa, if you will. Spirit, if you're watching, I would encourage you to continue your hard work. Seeing your content gives me hope for the community. Dear Manga, I can only assume the fans have let you slide this far down the list as you've become preoccupied with your studies. I would encourage you by saying that you have made the right choice. As soon as your plate empties of your duties and responsibilities, we'll see you climb your way back up top. Whether it be with your humor, your analysis, your animations, or your artwork, or your many friends, who I've been gifted to be among. Take your time, Manga. We'll be here for you. Number 8. Brawny Buck. Old Reliable himself, who continues to contribute throughout his Buck to the Face series, has given many budding community members like Sapphire Heartsong, Dulcet Tones, Kichi FIM, and so many more a chance. Brawny has continued as one of the last old schoolers in the community, and one who's made time to work with people who are big and small. Not just a moral anchor, but someone more capable of guiding and shaping and molding bronies with a wealth of experience to tap into for those who have the patience to hear them.
Then I realized that Twilight's judgment of the situation was applicable, but it has to be within the right context. If the end goal is to solve a variety of problems quickly, and a team is put together with the specific skill sets that can be employed to solve those individual problems, just as Rarity had done, then it would be good to do so.
Number 7. Fatmanfalling. Welcome to the Analysis Daily's Top 10, Fatman. I think Fatman certainly has the sharpest wit of the analysts in this season. He makes great points and has the common sense to put some wit behind it. I've had several of my friends nag me to keep up on his work, and I do know a few who only watch his brand of pony analysis. My only regret, ironically, about Fatman is there just isn't enough of him, and sadly, he really is one of a kind. I really hope you don't get discouraged, as you clearly deserve more than you have.
I take back everything I said about Rarity being best pony. What was I thinking? It'll always be Pinkie Pie, mostly because of her begrudging acceptance of responsibility.
And then make them be quiet.
My favorite thing about this episode, and really most episodes of this show, is how the friendship is really friendshipy. Like, they all know Rarity well enough to try to do everything up to her standards.
And we can stay true to your vision.
But at the same time, they know that understanding is mutual, so they're comfortable enough to handle shit their own ways if they have to. And thank God they learned enough from Castle Sweet Castle to not try to work together to solve the problem.
Speaking of old warhorses, Golden Fox hasn't had the time to push as many people as, say, a Brawny Buck. I do have to salute his excellent judgment on who he chose to work with. It is no mistake to see caps locks in the channel banner, as someone I have personally a profound amount of respect. And I do wish that I had more to speak on, but IRL being what it is, being such a whirlwind with Goldie, he's continued to lend his presence to the community and guidance to the highest and most deserving of venues. I know I have gained from his insights and presence, and I can only assume his continued tenure will be a vast, enriching experience. Those experiences have never been a chore to deal with, the man's work, or quite frankly the man. Great charisma, a boundless wealth of humor and good cheer. I think you'd be well within your rights to say that this man's guidance has not only been noteworthy, but substantial.
I also would like to add that Cadence's character was much better represented. I haven't thought about Cadence before, but she showed a side that actually intrigued me. Instead of labeling her as the sweet-talking character, her suspicions add something different out of the ordinary. She addresses that it's a big responsibility, which is what I admired the show's message about when you're in higher authority than what most stereotype marketing tropes have labeled the princess title as.
Number 5. Did someone say substantial, charismatic? Oh, we seem to have switched over to talking about Silver Quill. If you ever felt that my critiques on this man really just illuminated my numerous flaws, well, you wouldn't be wrong. I really do wish the absolute best for this man, and as long as we deserve Silver Quill, he'll continue to be at our side. Just enough to offer a quick quip. And if we're not careful enough, we just might learn something.
That she's expanding her business. Shows that she's not limited to a single event as we previously thought.
I had a vision for the destinies of all these characters. What a rarity to get her shop in Canterlot.
I've been mulling over the idea of destiny for a while and come to the view that we use that term too casually. Merriam-Webster defines it as a predetermined course of events often held to be an irresistible power or agency, which in this case would be technically true, since that power or agency is the show writing staff.
Number 4. Wait, where's the next? Oh, there you are. I didn't see you down there. Lightening Bliss has been beyond patient, and Lord only knows she's had to put up with me twice. I have little doubt every time I turn around her channel doubles in size. Lightening Bliss's special talent happens to be, in my opinion, success. And it's a success that she's worked with all comers. So much so that I'm kind of baffled by it, which only backs up my remarks that success is literally her talent. I'm glad that she's included Aeon of Dreams and has allowed him a chance to shine. And not just let talented people just be there to make herself look good. And she's allowed other people to shine in her presence. Unlike some other people. I think your involvement in the community no doubt will lead to a brighter future. When one says the words "a man who requires no introduction," it comes off as cliche and quaint these days, to the point that the words themselves no longer hold meaning. Antony C is a man who is held in the highest regards of Silver Quill, Digibro, Tommy Oliver, Y2K Toon Critic, Voice of Reason, British Ninja. Oh yeah, let's cut the crap. I've never heard a man legitimately knock Antony C, and even in the height of the "you have to be positive about Pony," Antony C was fully allowed to say whatever he wanted. Antony C doesn't simply have charisma, he is charisma, and the world will one day be a sadder place without him. I don't say this in any sense of hyperbole or huff and puff. These are heartfelt words. Antony C, when he came on King Limbo and said that he was dropping Pony for a Sonic video, which till this day I couldn't be tell if he was ribbing me or not, I myself, despite not giving a rat's ass about Sonic, I was legitly looking forward to that video. Here, don't take my word for it. Crown Prince, one of the greatest animators, the greatest animator in Brony, thinks the world of Antony C. So when I say it's a joy when he comes back every 3 to 6 months, I might privately whine it's not more. I really do mean his work is something special. He's a once-in-a-lifetime content creator, and you'd go mad trying to replicate that. Anthony, thank you for your time. Number 2. Surprisingly, these last 2 analysts at first weren't the thing that shook me to my core. Each time I looked at Geeky's work, I felt I had less and less critiques to levy at his feet. He went from being good enough to, okay, I might have to worry about him being better than me, to, okay, you can stop now. I don't even try and do videos live, it's a complete nightmare. And to see Geeky switch from OC to doing up and front and center, I can only pray you'll find the time to do one more, and then another, and then another. As sure as I can say GeekySteven won't replace Antony C, there is no one who will replace GeekySteven. And if there is, it sure isn't me. Remember all of us little people on your way up, Geeky. You're only ever going to be as small as you let yourself be. Number 1, speaking of small, the first time I saw British Ninja, I did everything in my power to step away from the guy.
You bet I did,
I couldn't be bothered to reply to him in the comments. To quote my dearest girlfriend Kichi, I was like, go away, go away, go away. Now I feel bummed out when Ninja's not around. He's done a wonderful job of carrying analysis for Season 6, and I can honestly say he's been one of the best analysts, even when I don't agree with him, that the community has left to offer. which is refreshing because I don't have to tiptoe through his comments section. He has a great sense of humor, and I've never seen British Ninja ever make a video where he didn't have anything to say. And even when I was pissed off, I felt like I had something to take away from it. I'm strapped for what British Ninja would need to do to improve. Just keep working on what you're doing and working with the best people that you can find, and the community is in good hands. Seeing it build with you at the helm, or rather one day will be when the rest of the community agrees with me. That is until Emerald Bolt improves his A-game and his charming accent overtakes yours. So this has been FNGR, and I look forward to the next batch of reviewers and analysts. If you enjoyed this channel, please go check out the Secret Rifts channel, where the recent video is by yours truly, spotlighting some of our content creators over there beyond just simply analysis. By the way, Sapphire Heartsong's podcast has finally been completed, and I will be getting to that soon. I love you guys, and I might be a scoundrel, but if you let me be, I'll be your scoundrel. Take care.